Welcome, friends. We've got this battle of the old men admin here on your screens. The jkoper JamEvil experience. I'm fellow old man admin Adirondack Rick. Just Sandy's not an old man admin.
I would hope not, because that would mean you're calling me old, which I reject, even though I have white hair. What's up, Rick? How's it going?
Well, on that note, it's a
Wait, does that mean that
pleasure.
I'm also calling you old again?
I mean, used to this at this point. Back in my day, they used to race on IRC and not on racetime.gg. All right, jkoper Jam, you see the numbers. Numbers have made diddly squat this round. We've had a lot of upsets. This is going to be a fun match. These two have been racing this game since 2015.
That's quite a long time. That's ever since the initial
Exactly.
start of Z1R, because this is the 10-year anniversary month of Z1R.
Yep. And here we are. We are underway to start things off. And we start off with what's going to be a really good screen to have at the very start. Because if you want to gamble your money, that's a great screen to have.
Oh, 100%. We did find level 5. 5's pretty good to find, with some Ricks inside there.
Don't remind me. I still have nightmares from yesterday over those things.
You said these guys have been racing for a long time, even back to the IRC days. However, we only have statistics, I believe, from race time, and at least since, let's see, where's the date? Oh no, actually this is everything. These two have raced in 184 races together since April 8, 2015.
Yeah, I know Potato Pony was able to get some of the speed runs live racing data in there, and therefore we were able to find out things that, back when these two used to race each other back in the day, early days, back when JamEvil was your primary restreamer for half of these races.
That's true. Although, funny enough, even though they've raced together nearly 200 times, they've only ever done 2 head-to-head races in 10 years. And
I'm going to have to look to see when those races were.
And in both those, Coper took the victory, so we'll see if Jam can turn that history upside down.
Does it say when those 2 races were?
I think you can click a button to make it happen. Let's see if I can find that out. This interaction failed. Ponybot, how dare. I will try to find that out.
Yeah, because that would tell us when exactly these two raced against each other. We do see any roads. We do see a take any heart. All right, well, we are both looking this information up, and then I'm also questioning things I'm seeing on Discord.
Uh-oh. 2 rupees for a small secret. That's always fun to see.
Yeah, the 81 rupee large secret too. That's not necessarily what you want to see.
And I did notice we do find a sword on Coper's side. We're trying to get some early bombs off of these moblins. Maybe even a dark nut, although you never really want to have to farm dark nuts in the open world.
Yeah, I know wound up taking some of the any roads to probably get him over towards where that sword was.
Now the next question is, where is the Armos item and what is it going to be? Will it be anything good?
You know, I'm looking at those stats that you were mentioning, the Potato Pony. Look at how many races these two did back in 2015 and 2016. There's the wood sword. Casino
Oh,
corner.
wow, yeah, you're right. Dang. They have not played each other since March of 2020.
Yeah, that's amazing.
There's a power bracelet under the North Forest Armos as our Armos item. I like finding that kind of thing early, since you can work in those checks along your pathing rather than have to double back or triple back. All right, next question will be, what will be on the coast? Where are the rest of our dungeons? And of course, the ubiquitous, how many Triforces are required to get into level 9 tonight? I think in the past few days, I've seen so many 5 Triforce seeds. I'm so curious as what this will be. Since this is like the battle of some of the OGs, I want to see the full 8 Triforces.
I mean, that would be nice, but... Oh, we're not going to see that. I'm going to guess we're going to have 6. Make them have to guess.
And the coast item is just a regular old wooden boomerang. Guessing nobody will get that unless you have to screen scroll with the ladder for some reason.
I have bad memories of that from yesterday, too.
Yeah. Oh, goodness. With a Wizrobe overworld, when they spawn on that screen, it is not friendly. What also is not friendly is, Chad is pointing out, we've already had, I think, 2 separate Patra sightings in level 5 and level 2, so there's a little bit of a Patra infestation today.
Jam trying to take it easy, trying to keep it in the middle, which is harder said than... Oh, there. Oh. Just got a little too aggressive trying to attack it and took the death.
Nice bomb force by jkoper on those dark nuts in the overworld. And I think we just potentially found both hint shops next to each other on the south coast, which is kind of fun. If you have that full wallet and the book, better to have them both together and just do one save and retry.
So I've seen the 2 races that these two did head-to-head. One was in May 2017, and the other was in October 2018. If those were tournament races, the October 2018 very well could have been. That was the Shapes... No, that wasn't. That was the Pentaforce in 2018, if that was the case.
Ah! Well, you know what? Then I'm going to root for the 5 Triforce seed, because it'd be like a throwback to that Pentaforce time.
And the other was, well, there was one marking here for May 2017, but that was that was a race between those two. That was probably random percent if that was in a tournament. But again, I don't know. At this stage, I could look at the brackets. Jam does see the Triforce to this level 2.
And immediately it uses both his keys to get through, because every door is a key door. And apparently every room is either a Patra or a Pulse Voice.
When given the option between enemies that could do 2 hearts damage to you, I would take the Pulse Voice over the Patra.
As long as it's not in a BMOS room. Because trying to avoid the bunny hops and all of the fireballs is just... it stinks.
100% agree on that one.
There was some talk... Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, at least with the Pulse Voice, you could try to not worry about things immediately changing its rhythm on you and killing you instantly by rotating. But yeah,
True.
So there was some talk about what?
If you had to choose one enemy to fully delete from the game, what would it be? I think that was in potentially my chat last
White
night.
Sorted 2, by the way.
Ooh, that's quite nice. Just sitting there free on the floor. Some people were saying Bubbles, but honestly, I would love to get rid of BMOS, because they're just annoying.
Can't kill them. I mean, Bubbles are annoying, but BMOS, they take away your life.
They do. Fortunately, the first staircase that Koper finds in this level 6 is just the transport.
Red ring in 6!
Hot dang! So we have offensive upgrade on one side and defensive upgrade on the other.
And jkoper immediately going to grab this Triforce out of this room. At this point in time, just... Oh, okay. It's a major room here. It's the... Got everything in here.
Oh, he must have gone left first. So he knows where the Triforce is. That's an easy comeback once you have maybe a wand, a white sword out of 2, or your bow and arrows. Just clean up and get that. And we have a 44 repeat candle on Jam's side. That's not bad at all.
Yeah, all right. So the big thing here is jkoper knows that he could take care of those pulls voice now. But at even a minimum 8 HP, that's going to take quite a bit of time to take down. And what we've noticed here with some of these flags, and you can agree with me on this if you feel the same, if you spend a lot of time doing things that you could come back later to do, or even avoid because of the Triforce count numbers, that could be to get into level 9, that's money that you're leaving on the table that your opponent's going to take advantage of, potentially.
Yeah, it's kind of like the how much do you dig a large dungeon looking for something, hoping that you find an advantage versus leaving it for later. Kind of seems similar as this. And Jam's going the same way that Koper did. So we'll see if Jam finds this red ring on the ground. I think we're just up a couple rooms from here.
Yeah, it's on this left column. And yeah, because if you dig this level 6, and you come up with the red ring, that's a great item to get because that's going to limit the amount of deaths that you wind up taking over the course of a seed. However, if you sit there and you're digging it and you come up with a lesser quality item, like for instance, even the red candle when you've already got the blue candle and it's very deep into a seed, where that red candle just does not have the payoff as it would at the beginning of the seed, you're not going to feel good.
Exactly. Very much so.
Like, I'll bring up last night's race in the sense that, you know, digging level 6, you come up with a magic boomerang. You know what you feel immediately?
Regret? You
feel sadness. You feel sadness because you know you just bled a bunch of time out of that game.
Yep. Ooh. So Jam is in this room that has the Triforce. We know this is not the item. I'm going to guess that he's going to kill the room, grab the Triforce, and leave. And not take that pattern that Koper did to get the red ring.
Oh, this was a segmented level 2. How beautiful.
Well, that's fun.
Jam went through this entire level 2 without doing so. It does look like Jam is going to try to dig a little bit more of this level 2. Unfortunately, they're going to head in the wrong direction of this 2. Or rather, 6.
2, 6, they're both evens. It works. I'm trying to remember where the white sword was in this level 2. Was it up the A column?
Yeah, almost the far reach of that A column.
That will make killing all the bunnies just a little bit more worth it. Man, Jam is playing the dangerous game of killing the bunnies from above, which is scary.
Yeah, because they can just start hopping and you start to feel a little bit of sadness. And you can take one bob to them, but that second bob is going to be a, sorry, you're going back to start and you're liking it. So I suspect Jam is going to probably search a few extra rooms here.
Oh, and gets the ladder blocked this way.
Thankfully not shuttered in, because then either you wait for those Tektites to come around, or you're going back to start and having to redo this bunny room. That's one thing, though, that's going to become a problem for Jam, is you explored too many rooms, and then you're going to have to redo that room with the bunnies.
The question is there even a path?
Oh, now he
ouch.
has to redo those room with the bunnies.
Yep, that's unfortunate. Alright, what are we going to find next? I really still want to know how many Triforces are required for 9.
Well, the big thing is we've only seen 3 of our 9 dungeons.
That is true, and we're also missing that white sword item.
So we still got a lot of stuff to figure out here. Now Jam's going to go ahead and grab this Triforce. Now, jkoper's search of this level 6 was about as good as it could be.
Yep, he just had the right pathing.
Yeah.
But at least the good thing for Jam is leaving the item behind. It isn't a necessary item. It's just a life improvement item.
Yeah, but the thing is we'll see just how that quality of life item is if Jam continues to take some beatings from the enemies.
Yeah, once we get into those heavy Wizrub dungeons, time will tell.
Well, even here in the overworld, we've got Dark Nuts in the overworld, and them doing 2 hearts damage. Not a fun game.
That's also true, yes.
Because that's the thing about deaths. You take overworld deaths, especially when they take you far away from where you are, they can hurt a lot more than in-dungeon deaths. You don't want to have deaths, period, but overworld deaths, especially if you're on the far corners of where you started, can be really painful.
Yeah, imagine having that southwest corner start, and you're up in the northeast, and there's no good enemy roads. It's, yeah, you definitely have some words to say to whatever enemy killed you at that point. Koper finds number 4, down by middle start.
Yep, it's in the bottom spot left of start. And surprise, surprise! More Bulls boys!
So exciting.
And that is a double block room, which is a suspicious room to me. Oh, yeah.
Hey, surprise, surprise! More Patras.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to SpeedGaming 4, a.k.a. Oops All Pulls and Patras.
Well, I mean, both our runners have J's, so it's just fitting that all of the enemies we're seeing have P's.
Okay, Pest Pandy.
Oh my gosh, hey look, more, at least, okay, here's the thing. Koper has ring and white sword, so it's so much easier than it was just a few minutes ago.
Yeah, and by the way, BMO statues in this room. It's like you almost willed it into existence.
They're like, hey, you said you wanted to get rid of me, I'm gonna show up everywhere now. Koper grabs that Triforce on level 4, tying them up at 2 Triforces each.
I'm still wondering, chat, how many Triforces we are going to need to get into level 9.
Yeah, put your guesses out, guys. We want to see. And the winner gets nothing but bragging rights.
Well, I was going to give them a chance to win channel points, but I'm a little too lazy right now.
Well, the first Pool's voice room was just nothing.
You know what? Never mind, we're going to find out right now. I can't even do this right now. It's level 9. It is 5. It's a 4 seed.
Ah, this, like you said, it's the throwback to that tournament. That's so much fun. Also, GG's to our tracker Crump, who successfully predicted in chat that 5 Triforce requirement.
Oh, segmented 4. Ain't that beautiful? That looks like a pigtail on... Somebody. I don't know what they're doing, but it looks like a pigtail.
Some sort of like animal jumping.
Or ponytail, rather.
Actually, Koper did not get the Triforce out of 6. He died in that room and then did not go back in.
I don't think he even died. I think he just got that heart container and said, I'm going to come back later. Either way,
that's true.
did not complete it.
Also,
and now we know jkoper doesn't need to worry about doing that room.
That's the thing, though. If you find your quick bow and silvers, that would be an dungeon I would go back to immediately. Since the Triforce is 1 room in, it would take you 5 seconds to kill those bunnies.
Only a microsecond delay. Vanilla mid-secret, by the way.
Not too shabby.
Also nice half-tile strats here for jkoper.
And gets
Lag
the bomb
is definitely
drop
helping.
lucky. Wait, correction. Gets the double bomb drop.
And I think while jkoper's searching this level 4, I'm going to look something up.
Uh-oh. I'm scared.
Why are you scared?
I don't know. I just am. Oh, baby. The very tippy top of that level 4 holds our ladder.
I'm not convinced.
You're not convinced that that was a ladder on the floor?
Yep, I'm not convinced.
What would it take to convince you that it's, 2 tiles wide and it's, slightly ladder shaped and it's brown? It can, climb things a little bit. So somehow it can climb across water, which makes no sense.
I'm just not convinced.
Well,
because you see, jkoper's not beelining it for the boomerang. If jkoper really had the ladder, he'd be beelining it for that boomerang right now, because everyone wants the boomerang.
It's the most amazing item in the game. I mean, that's what I guess technically, the one old man says the magical boomerang is the best item in the game, which I vehemently disagree with.
All right, so I just came up with some history. I was looking this up here in this little bit of a monologue that we've been having together. I mentioned here, Just Sandy, about these 2 runners meeting up, our container and the staircase in 3. These 2 runners meeting up in the Pentaforce tournament back in 2018.
You did mention that, Rick. What fun information about that tournament do you have for us?
So they met in the 3rd round of that tournament. jkoper, in the path to get to Jam, ended up facing off against JLo7. Then, in the 2nd round, faced off against a certain person that's still playing to this day. I'm going to give you... give me a couple of names, guess, who he may have faced.
Cantaloupe Me?
Nope.
Random Effect?
No, Antlers.
Ah, fun.
Antlers in the 2018 Pentaforce tournament. Segmented 3, because why not? Jam faced off against somebody who is known in the community for accidentally doing screen scrolls.
Would that be Penulf?
And Ulf. So they met up in... So Antlers, jkoper in round 2, Panulf, Jam, then they faced off against each other. The time differential was 1 hour, 8 minutes, 56 for jkoper. Jam, 1:13:16. jkoper
so-
would then go on to face off against Redbird Grad.
Wow, another OG name.
But you wouldn't feel too bad about Jam, because Jam would get redemption and make his way into the finals of that 2018 tournament. And he key in 3.
And who was in the finals?
It was for the 2017 the 2017 Random Percent tournament. It was JamEvil versus Crystal Saber.
Oh my goodness. That is a pairing that happened so much back in the day, it feels like.
Exactly. There's the Triforce. jkoper has not seen the Anti-Key just yet. There it is.
Nice quality of life item again.
Yep. Now, here's the other part. I'm going to have to double check this. Which means I'm going to have to do a little more research on this. Which means I'm making this your responsibility to take us through the next minute here, Jess.
Alrighty.
While I look to see if these two runners have met up with each other at SpeedGaming Live.
Ooh.
Because those stats would not be in the pony stats because they're in an in-person race.
That is true. Yeah, SpeedGaming Live, of course, happens in the fall in Herndon, Virginia. And we have a Zelda 1 randomizer race there. Always a fun time to see. And of course, people like to see each other in person that obviously don't live in the same area of the country. All right, well, we're still looking for levels here while Rick's doing his research. I would love to see a level 1. We need that bow at some point. We need the silvers at some point. Of course, silvers could be in level 9. Bow has to be somewhere else. We also need to find that white sword item, possibly. Maybe that'd be important. And of course, personally, you gotta look for the tutor, right? You gotta have the tutor. And of course, both guys are in a very similar area in this graveyard, level 6 type area. I'm going to assume that we're going to see a dig into Death Mountain soon. And Crump, our tracker, is saying, meat block, please. If that happens, I'm going to throw you under the bus, Crump, and tell these runners they can fully blame you for it. And we do find our white sword item in the Death Mountain area. It is just the Coast Heart.
I'm not sad about seeing that as the Coast item.
I'm not sad that it's the Coast Heart.
Yeah.
But I'm happy to find it early and not having to wonder, okay, do I need to look in a dungeon for maybe a silver arrow, or could it be somewhere left in the overworld I haven't checked as the white sword item? The good thing about Death Mountain is there seems to be a decent amount of bomb droppers up here, which is good for your exploration.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Yeah, 'cause at least so far, all the dungeons we've seen, we know the items out of. So there has to be a dungeon somewhere for us to explore if there is going to be a blocked item somewhere like that raft or that recorder.
jkoper picking up a potion, not surprising considering the fact that he does have the red ring.
And of course, that white sword, you're not really worried about having to go and grab the magical sword.
Okay, so these two did not meet at any of the SpeedGaming Live in-person events. That would be 2019 or 2022. In 2019, those two were put on the other side of the bracket.
Boo!
And jkoper was eliminated by Fred in the semifinals.
It's just like this is almost like a history lesson of all the people that have been playing this game for so long. It's really fun to listen to.
And I want to say that jkoper was not at SGL 2022. Oh, jkoper trying to kill the Dark Knight. I like that strategy there, trying to see if you can't kill the Dark Knight for a chance for some bombs.
Yeah, it's just that on your feet thinking that comes with just repetition in these seeds.
Hey, there's our magical sword that we're not going to pick up.
They've kind of switched places. So Jam's done all of West DM, Coper's done all of East DM, and now they're just saying, all right, I'm going to go check out what you just checked out. And I'm also going to find nothing.
There's a bomb forcer for jkoper. Might have been probably what he was trying to go for just a moment ago with that kill. 49 rupee bait.
Meats. Well,
I mean, when you have bait that cheap, you might as well pick it up just in case.
That is true. Same thing with your arrow purchase. Both these guys have purchased the wooden arrows. And we have a fun question in chat, Rick. How many people from the first tournament are still entering tournaments these days? That's I have no clue.
All right, back to challenge.com.
Okay, also great up here in Death Mountain is a bomb shop.
2016.
Was 2016 was the first tournament? Okay. Which tournament was that, Rick?
That was just pretty much, we called that the first tournament. We didn't have a specific name for it at that point in time. It was a double elimination tournament. People were randomly seeded.
Interesting.
With some sort of discretion. You know who I got in round number 2?
Let's see. I don't know.
We mentioned his name just a few minutes ago.
Fred.
No, I got him in the, he was the one who eliminated me out of the tournament.
Who else did you mention? Redbird Grad.
No, Redbird Grad wasn't actually in the community at that point.
Oh, okay.
Crystal Saver.
Hey, I got it in the third try. I'm gonna call that a win.
Alright, so already I can tell you a few names that I recognize. One of them faced off against me in round 1 of that tournament, and was a participant in this year's tournament. That would be Zardia.
Oh, wow, yeah, that's true.
7 found in the Deadwoods.
Uh-oh, we're immediately ladder block going one direction.
Yep, if only Jam was able to get to that level 4. Dragon Dark was in the first tournament. And Dragon Dark is in this tournament as well.
Yep.
Zarnak,
hey, look!
Go on.
I was gonna say, hey, look! I think that's our 4th dungeon with a Pactra in it.
And Pole's voice. Yeah, the scene's gonna come down to who finds the bow at some point in time, hopefully real soon.
Oh, hey, it's Wizrobes as well.
Oh my. Because why not? So that means the Pole's voice are the enemy that shares 2 groups.
Of course it is. Because why wouldn't it be?
Alright, so jkoper, I think I mentioned Zarnax 42. Krim was in that first tournament.
Krim, of course, one of our awesome admins.
Yep.
As well as
fellow
a runner.
old man admin. There's the Triforce for Jam. Another name that got their start in the 2016 tournament, still around with us to this day, normally plays in tournaments. Paratroopa.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, she's been around for a long time, too.
Mm-hmm. King Doll was in the first tournament. King Dull ended up facing off against Adigenos in the second round.
Did they play in last year's tournament? I'm trying to remember.
Adigenos has been here recently, yes. One of our chat people in this race, Matrick, was in the first tournament.
Ah!
Cantaloupe Me was in the first tournament. Jake Shake is also in that first tournament.
What's fun about these names you're reading out, Rick, is it just kind of shows you the longevity of this game and this randomizer. It truly does.
Mm-hmm.
It's not often that people are going to play the same game for 9-10 years.
What have I done wrong in my life? Alright, so Jam finds level 5. Or back into level 5. Oh, chat getting on me because I mentioned about how the ladder doesn't exist. Or I'm not convinced that the ladder exists. 3/4 on the floor in 7! Come on, Just Sandy, you know you want to. Thank you. There it is.
I pulled it out of storage. It was in this mason jar.
Red candle in 5.
Wow. So we're that quickly filled up 2 more spots of where items can be, and also for jkoper side, opened up, I believe, 11 overworld spots that potentially our level 1 could be in.
Level 1, level 8. One of those 2 has to have the bow at this point.
And of course, with a 5x4 seed, you're really hoping it's level 1.
Yeah, but it's going to be level 8 because... why not?
Unfortunately, Jam took a death to those Pole's voice in level, 7? And is choosing to leave.
Which actually is not a bad decision. Oh, wow, that square opens up?
I know, I swear that one never opens.
It never opens up. Like, I don't think I have had a seed at all in my practices or in my tournament races where they actually did open up. By the way, Jam's in 4. This is huge. Jam needs the ladder out of here. Oh, wait, the ladder doesn't exist. Never mind.
He needs that weird shaped thing that might do a thing.
Oh, the spice rack.
All right, where are levels 1 and 4? Or 1 and 8? I can count.
Well, Jam's in level 4. That much is known.
Uh-oh. I think we might get... Oh, I was gonna say, I think we're gonna get a screen scroll into the boomerang, but no.
Nah, jkoper's just testing out his recorder spots. This is the I got an item test out its advantage.
Because I know they have seen a ton of this overworld. Mm-hmm. So there can't be a lot of non-block spots left.
Yeah, so jkoper's going to check this. I don't know if we have seen the river spots yet.
I don't believe so.
But I don't think jkoper has seen that this is a 5 Triforce 9 either.
I thought he did see it.
Jam's the one that I know knows that it is.
Oh, no! Did
All right, that's genius. That's
So-
genius. There we go. Get yourself out of being stuck and having to do an up and A by using the 2D flute.
That's great. Just another benefit to it. But yeah, if you screen scroll in the wrong tile, you can potentially get stuck. That was such quick thinking. I totally would have just been, oh crap, and up aid. So kudos for on the feet thinking there.
All right. Here's a critical room for Jam. Jam really needs to survive this, and Jam does not have the red ring.
It also
So one
has
hit
no bombs
knockout.
to soften these guys up.
This is where if you could get the red candle and just protect yourself, you could try to control.
Oh no!
He gets gridded. Because I think Jam exactly wanted to go only to the middle tile there, and in fact got pushed out to the full tile.
Yeah, that definitely feels bad.
I think Jam is just trying to maybe get a little bit of health back before going back. jkoper now finds level 9. Now it's going to see that this is a 5 Triforce seed. Only needs one more Triforce to get access to that level 9. So jkoper now knows that he's not returning to 6. Zero reason to return to that 6-2. And Jam's gonna go grab this Triforce. Now, okay, actually gonna go ahead and check this room off to the left as well. Worst case scenario for Jam is that this is your transport to the 3 rooms up top.
Oh, I completely forgot about this segment in here.
Can't be getting hit by those, and this is where not getting that red ring's hurting Jam. And I think this is the segment, yep.
Unfortunately, we know this is not the right direction.
And
Oh!
8 is found at 1Q2.
Hear me out, Rick.
I am hearing you out.
This 8 was recorder blocked. There's a raft in here that leads to level 1, which has the bow. It'd be fun.
Or who?
For everybody except for the runners.
Exactly! Exactly! If you're jkoper, you want this to have the bow and silvers, and you don't have to worry about a darn thing come level. Oh, he didn't want to do that!
Oh no!
Say goodbye to the red potion.
Well, at least the game is giving you some money back to buy a new one.
Well, you only grabbed 1 rupee out of this 10 that existed, but alright. But yeah, if you're jkoper, you want this to have both the bow and the silvers. That way you have nothing to worry about come level 9. Second best case scenario for jkoper is the bow and the book.
Yes, we would love to see the hint. And if you go into 9, you can always get the hint, hopefully, from an old man that says, the silvers lie in quadrant bleh, or the silvers lie elsewhere.
And even if you don't get that hint, you got the 2 old men right on the coast.
That is true, all the hints. Although I don't know if has Cooper seen the South Coast?
I know he's seen the one on the South Coast.
Okay.
By the way, if the bow is not here, then we know it is in 1.
That is true. We also did see the Triforce already in this 8, so now it's just a matter of searching for these items.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, with that intra-dungeon shuffle, we do not know if it'll be on the floor or in a staircase.
Okay, this is the room that jkoper wants to keep Beam Sword for at all costs.
100%.
Okay. Jam! No!
Ouch! Ah, got the sword from below. That's
yeah,
frustrating.
try to get into the door, but you get hung up on the door wall that does the unlock animation, and jkoper just gets a key for that. A key he doesn't need. And Jess, I don't want to harp on this too much, but this is another case of where that red ring that jkoper pulled out of 6 is the difference maker.
Yeah, for sure. You can take so many more hits with that.
All right, so jkoper eligible to get into level 9, but it's not going to be able to do much in level 9. I mean...
Yep, we need something very particular in a bow.
Yep. So I think... Actually, where is jkoper going at this point?
Oh, let's see. Maybe some more push blocks he hasn't checked.
Alright, Jam's in a better spot here with these Lionels at this point. Yep. Use the half tiles to your advantage. And this is one thing to note about Jam. Jam has had to change around his play style over the course of this tournament.
That's right. He had to switch over is it to emulator? Is that right?
Yeah, he was on console, but then something wound up happening to the point that he's had to adjust to being on emulator. And as anyone who has gone from being on a console to being on emulator, there's that adjustment you got to go through. So it looks like jkoper is hoping to find level 1 somewhere, as opposed to digging level 8.
I want to say we still have the recorder spot up in Death Mountain. The one over, I think, on the coast?
Jam doesn't need to do this room. This will not yield an item drop or the push block. Now back into 8, and this is going to be the ladder for Jam.
I thought you didn't recognize it as a ladder, Rick.
Chat convinced me.
I don't know. Now they're calling it an abacus, which also that's good choice.
Let's go ahead and answer a comment in chat. Any clues to where the bow is? By process of elimination, it is either level 1 or 8 at this point. jkoper doesn't know that exactly because he has not seen the red candle out of 5, but has seen everything else so far.
And of course, Jam doesn't know that because Jam has not seen the recorder out of 7 or the red ring out of 6.
Oh, Left Molas, how are you doing?
Another benefit for that ring. And of course, the other issue is we do not know where level 1 is. Now, I had not looked to see at Coper's coverage map, but it's possible if he's covered everything, then the raft would have to be in here and one would have to be on a raft spot.
I think you might be right on that one. I think jkoper has eliminated the remaining recorder spots. And maybe that's part of the reason why jkoper left level 8 because he only had a few more squares to check, and therefore, if you find level 1, that
true.
only was just a few seconds where you have to search. Chat asking, what about the ladder spots near Vanilla White Sword? While jkoper was heading up to the top of the mountain to check that recorder spot, did check those ladder spots. So those have been exhausted.
So, Rick, the first second we start talking about a raft, the raft man himself appears in chat.
Raft Man showed up before we started talking about the raft.
Oh, true. He must have just, been sniffing out.
Now, I'm just waiting for the other raft person to show up when we find the raft. You know the one I'm talking about.
Oh, I know the one you're talking about. Maybe her ears are burning.
By the way, 31 and 80 are the potion prices.
Ouch. But honestly, we've had enough money this seed where you don't buy 2 blues, you buy the red.
And there's Jam checking those ladder spots as well. And one of them was in any road, so that eliminated that soundly. And if the bow is here, and I mean we're coming down to pretty much the realization that Jam has to go back into 7.
Yep.
Because either the bow is here or the item that leads to the bow, i.e. the raft, is here.
Also, Rick, by the way, I think this is our 5th dungeon with Patras in it. Where are the rest of our bosses? Where's our Gleox? Where's our Dig Doggers? They're nowhere.
I don't know where they're 9.
And Jam is back in the right location. He is back in level 7.
All right,
and finds that recorder.
Another Petra. Nice block clip.
Oh, the bow is here.
So bow and likely raft were the 2 items inside this level 8. Now Jam or jkoper, I think at this point wants to get the raft in here just in case. But again, jkoper doesn't know that the raft would have to be here.
That's true. But also, you're up in this corner. There's what? 1 more room past it. Where are silvers at? That's a good question. I think we are now down to 1, 9, or the second item here in 8.
Can I ask you a question, Just Sandy?
You just did.
Okay. We're done then.
You may ask another, Rick.
Oh, good. I'll let you know when I come up with it.
Until then, we're going to watch this Patra fight.
Yeah. So, have you been keeping track of how many Patras we've seen in these dungeons? I thought we didn't have extra bosses on as a flag here.
We most definitely did it. I think it's just evident because of the fact that every boss has rolled to be a Patra.
Now, something that we're working on might have extra bosses turned on at some point down the road, but
that is
we're going to
true.
leave that as a surprise for those of you who aren't knowing what the community is up to in regards to July in Minneapolis. Level 9 for jkoper.
All right, here we go. We're going to see if silvers are in here.
And Jam's about to find level 8.
And Unfortunately, that lever could have been the one telling us where silvers are, but we do not have a book.
Darn. All right, so Jam needs to get all the way to the top left corner of this level 8. And the thing with Jam is Jam does not need to finish this dungeon.
That's true. Just need to find that bow. Uh-oh. This is a Lionel level 9.
Hooray! Nice arrowing.
Jam is quickly getting up to the right location for the bow. He's
Yeah,
only
needs
like
to get
3 rooms away.
Yeah, needs to get over the other side, though. Stay on this left side, and you got it. Jam making sure he doesn't get bopped into the Triforce. That would be the wrong time for a Y-Force.
Oh, very much so.
All right, 1 room away for Jam from getting the bow. After all of this, could we see both runners? No, Jam's going back the other way. Okay.
Oh, to get another bomb refill. Oh no! Don't go down! No! Oh, he was right there!
1 room away, too.
Another push block for Koper. It's an item. It is the wand. That is not the blue-white item we are looking for.
Okay, so that means we're gonna find the magic boomerang in here too.
Oh, that could be true. And if so, I think they may be looking for a raft for level 1.
All right, Jam back in the area. Gonna try to track down this Patra. Or not. Oh, that's the bait block.
Does it lead to anything? Nope.
But it is gonna swallow up one of the hints if we find the book.
That's true.
And Jam is still avoiding that northwest corner. All right, that one pushes. Is this the second item? No, it's not.
Another push block.
Another transport staircase.
I mean, we do have 6 pairs of those. Potentially even more if it's segmented.
Hey, Dig Dogger!
Wow, he came to the party!
Roar
there's a
cannon!
roar. And a Zelda.
Princess
wow.
Zelda.
Well, Rick, we have 2/3 of the puzzle. The question still is, just where are those silvers at? Could
Right
they
here.
be right here?
Right here. Right here.
No!
All right. jkoper confirming where Ganon is.
Here's the
Right
raft
there.
jam. Ooh! And a floor house. At least Jam now knows he's only looking for a staircase.
Yep. but going in the wrong direction. Northwest corner is where Jam needs to go. And he's going to full clear in search of this bow. It seems like.
Stinks, there's literally the 2 rooms up there he didn't see yet.
Yep. By the way, where is this map to this 9?
I don't know. And another staircase behind that dig dugger block.
Another potential staircase for these Pulse boys.
It's all your friends again.
That's been the title of this seed here. More Pulse boys. Look at all that money.
I know. It's so nice how the arrows just cut through them like butter. Ah, jam up A's. Ah.
Hey, there's the compass that we don't need. And Patra.
That's, I believe, the 6th dungeon that has had Patra in it that we've seen.
All right. Jkoper, looking at the map, sees that he has already been in that staircase room. So therefore, no reason to check that. And the window is starting to shut here for Jam. On the wrong side of this level 8 as Jkoper. It is not here. The silvers are in 1.
Wow. Okay, this will be interesting. Question is, oh gosh, Jam takes death to a landmo. How fast can Koper find the raft and get to 1? Will Jam find the bow and choose to go to 1 versus 9?
Jkoper is going to buy the hints right now.
Oh, Koper does not know where the raft has to be because Koper does not know about the red candle in level 5.
Correct.
So we'll see if these hints give him anything saying either silvers are guarded by Opmentus or the red candle lies with Dig Dogger.
And that would be what Jkoper needs, but instead we'll get the hints that we don't need the answers to here. All right, here we go. Sail over the water to get the magic boomerang. So we do know that level 1 also has the magic boomerang.
Yep.
In Jkoper's mind. Play the melody to get the raft.
Well, that kind of tells you right there, more than likely, raft is at 8.
And ladder in 4. Thank you.
And level 1 is at the Coast Raft spot.
Here's the second of the hint shops. Play a melody to obtain the bow. So that's both hints in 8. There's the magic boomerang. Silver
There's
arrows.
the answer.
All right, so Jkoper now knows he's got to go back to 8. Yep, Jkoper's putting 2 and 2 together. There you are. And by the way, more Patras! Another Patra in level 1!
That's 7 out of our 9 levels have had Patras now. That's fantastic. Now here's the next thing, right? Is Jam will find silver arrows in here. And it has to decide between, do I go back to 8 or do I go to 6 to try to find my bow?
Yep.
Koper back to 8.
Yep, and Jkoper now knows he needs to go into this 8, get this raft out of here. And there can't be a whole lot of rooms left that Jkoper has yet to explore. There's our silvers in 1.
Jam, where are you going? Jam, you got 2 items already. There you go.
Yeah, this is the... I gotta get that Triforce, then the realization that it's a 5 Triforce goal.
And unfortunately, Jam can't record her back to 8 because he does not have the Triforce out of 8.
It's just around the corner anyway.
True. Alright, I believe this was the raft room for Koper.
This was. Alright, so jkoper's gonna get this and go to 1. This is jkoper's race to win.
And
But Jam's
is
going back
choosing
to 6, so that's probably gonna do it right here.
Yeah, and it's just unfortunate, you know, if Jam watches this back. 1 room away in 8 and just, you know, turned the wrong direction.
Yep. But then again, with that bow in hand, I don't think Jam gets that raft.
True. That is true.
Because that would be, I can go to 9, see if my silvers are there, and then would be doing the same thing that jkoper had done. There's the red ring. So Jam now knows that it is in level 8. Here goes jkoper to get the silvers out of 1.
Yep, and Jam still has a decent amount of level 8 to search for that bow. But of course, we do know Koper knows the exact path to both Ganon and Zelda.
Yeah, and they're right next to each other. And this is the room right here where the silvers will be, so... This race, I think, has about another maybe 2 minutes tops in its shelf life. Because this will be the silvers for jkoper to put him into go mode. By the way, you know who the winner of this race takes on?
I don't know. Who is it?
So the winner of this pairing will be moving on to face Druis in the 2nd round.
Ooh, that'll be a spicy one. And if it is Koper, which it is very, very much looking like it will be, that'll be a rematch of, I'll say, an infamous match from the random percent. Was it 2023?
Yeah, 2023 was the last time we did the random percent.
Yep, so that'll be a fun one to see. A little bit of a grudge.
So what made that infamous?
I'll say infamous because of Druis' reaction to winning that match. It rolled very vanilla, and it was such a fast time. It was 30-something minutes, I think. He was very, very thrilled to beat a name such as Koper. Oh, Koper finds a shortcut up here.
Hey, you always appreciate finding a shortcut in this situation as opposed to having to play Staircase of Mania. Not that it mattered, but fires rolled up. Alright, here goes Ganon for jkoper with a berth into the 2nd round on the line. And Jam's about to find the bow. 1 room off.
Yeah, that's just that's a shake your head moment right there. It's like, dang.
And in just a few moments, Jam will see how everything kind of came together for jkoper in this seed. Using the potion, make sure you don't take a death, because as far as jkoper is concerned, Jam's on his heels. He knows what he's up against. But he has a little bit of a lead right there. There goes Ganon. 2 rooms over. It's going to be jkoper and Druis in the 2nd round.
Get your GGs out in chat, finishing with the final time of 108.42, just as Jam enters level 9.
Yep, and Jam sees the entry into 9. So as we wait for upcoming interviews, we can tell you that we do have a few more races coming up here tonight. 2 low rule bracket races coming up tonight, featuring bbq.gov versus Hi-O. That will be coming up in just a little bit at 8 o'clock Eastern. Chrono JJ versus Sharky in the low rule coming up at 1 a.m. Eastern time. Then tomorrow, Chestrick versus Rywek. Gotta have heart. Tom J versus CD Improv.
Gotta have cookies.
Oh yeah. For your early day action here on Zelda 1 Randomizer.
Yeah, still tons and tons of races to go. Jam's getting decently close to where Ganon and Zelda are. Down and left.
Down to the left.
And we have a ping. Welcome into our race winner, jkoper. GG's.
Hey, thank you. Oh, Jam is done too. I'll wait.
Oh, hey! Spoiler alert! He's not on our screens yet.
Oh, okay.
Well, I guess we know whether or not Jam's going to survive this fight against Ganon. I mean, he's got the red ring and 8 full hearts at this point in time. I think that's not going to be too trivial. Nice unlock there for Jam. Got it. There we go. Nice job there for Jam.
My bad. I didn't even know how long it had been.
No, you're fine. I'm just messing with you.
All right. As jkoper has alluded, here goes Jam to finish things up. Get your GGs
out. 111.16.
So one of the biggest things that happened for you in this seed to start things off was getting to pull that red ring out of 6. And while it seemed insignificant early on, the fact that that red ring just allowed you not to take so much hits by the blue Lionels in 4 helped out.
Hey,
Hello. GG.
Hey, great game. Yeah, that was awesome. I got every item except for the ones in 9.
Oh, I got the items in 9.
Yeah,
then,
okay.
Yeah, it was the wand in the book, and then I got the book and went back and read the hints, and then that told me where to go. So.
Oh yeah, hints are good. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would have been helpful. Nice.
It was nice that they were both right next to each other on the coast there, the shop.
Yeah, but you had to dive level 9 pretty deep in order to get those.
Yeah, the wand was very fast to get. The book was like very, very far in. So.
I don't feel bad. I feel fine. I was entering 9 when you finished. It only took me 3 minutes to beat level 9, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, it probably would have taken me the same had I had the silvers going in.
Yeah, I just went sporadic at that point. I was like, whatever, got nothing to lose, just go all over the place, and I stumbled right into it. So that was something special. But hey, great job, great showing. Yeah, that's it for me. I get to go take a break and watch now instead of play, which is cool. It's kind of where I feel comfiest nowadays. So yeah.
I said hopefully you can get that NES fixed up.
Yeah. I struggle with combat. I struggle really bad with combat on emulator. A lot of those rooms, like Pole's voice on emulator, oh my god, like they're just the half tiles I can't hit. Like it just feels wrong. So there were a lot of rooms that I just ducked out of because I'm like, nope, can't do it on this controller. Nope, can't do it on this. So I do have to. If I want to stay competitive, I gotta maintain my equipment. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, unfortunately, we saw that in level 4 with the blue Lionels there, where I think you had the emulator delay there that caused you to go into the full tile, into the sword beam, as opposed to the half tile.
100%. Yeah, good catch. That definitely happened, and you take it in stride. It could have sent me somewhere good, so unfortunately, this time it didn't. I'm just glad to have kept up. I'm glad to have kept pace. jkoper, you're a fantastic racer. You're a fantastic Zelda randomizer player. You're a great friend, so I was really happy to have this matchup and the opportunity to face against you.
Yeah, same. It's just unfortunate that it happens in the first round instead of 3 or 4 rounds later, maybe.
All good. Well, I mean that has to do with my performance, right? You were one of the top seeded people. I'm one of the lowest seeded people. It's how the dice fell this time. So again, that has to do with my hardware issues and my emulator issues, my own personal issues. So I don't blame anyone but myself. Next time I'll do better.
Yeah.
Next time I'll get you a gadget. Next time.
Next time.
Yeah, that's it's really unfortunate. Hardware is frustrating. It's all like getting close to 40 years old at this point. So.
Oh, stop! I'm getting there too. I mean, 2025, 25 again. Yeah. It's Hey, thanks for the words of encouragement. I appreciate it.
Yeah, but like they were saying when I came in, I got the red ring as one of my first items, so I didn't have any deaths. It was tier 7, so pretty big difference.
Yeah. So I mean, that just means I'm a better player overall, right? No. No.
I don't know if I'm gonna need also to do some math there on that one.
Yeah. But the higher the number, the better you did, right? That's.
I'm gonna say, if you want to dig back into history, which we did a lot of history digging in this stream. You guys have played each other before this. Yeah, 2 times head-to-head, and Koper did take both of those.
jkoper always beats me. I know. I was ready for it going into this.
I'm surprised at that information.
You ended up beating in your first head-to-head against Jam in the Pentaforce tournament, but I mean, Jam had the last lap by getting to the championship against Crystal Saber.
Yeah, he certainly had more success deep in main tournaments than I have.
Well, you got a great shot at this one. Just keep doing what you're doing, and I'll be watching and rooting for you.
Yeah,
I always root for whoever beats me. So unless you get matched up against someone who already beat me.
Yeah, it's going to be tough though. It's a very stacked field, So.
Oh yeah, so much talent in the community, and a lot of new names that are doing fantastic as well. So it's like, you never know anymore. You can't write anyone off. Not a single person. It's Randomizer. So.
And speaking of that, Just Sandy was mentioning that jkoper has a rematch from 2023 up next.
Woo!
Yeah, Koper, you're going to face Druis in the next round.
I remember racing Druis in Vanilla, and I think I beat him in the No Up and A tournament. Because he had. It was best of 3, and he had death each time, and I just didn't. I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, but I don't remember the randomizer race that we had.
Yeah, it was
the random percent tournament last year.
Yeah, I think he beat me.
Or 2023 rather.
Yeah, it was the seed rolled quite vanilla, we'll say, and he had like a 30 something, with just under 40. So.
Fair.
I think, Rick, you were on commentary for that race. I'm pretty sure you and Vincent.
I may have been. I don't know. But that is coming up here in round number 2 for that should be a fun match, jkoper and Druis.
Yeah, I've been playing this game over the lifetime of the game more than anyone. But in the last year, anyone who's watched the award show knows that Druis has been playing it more than anyone. So, I guess the 2 people who are very seasoned at this game, but it's more practiced and maybe a little better at vanilla than I am these days. But yeah, it should be an interesting race, and we'll have to see when that happens. Probably next week, I guess.
Drew still has another 300 plus races to go to catch up to your 1,200 lifetime races.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he might get there. Other people have. I think I'm in second or third now because I haven't been playing as much since we moved to race time. But anyway, thank you for doing the commentary and tracking and everything, guys. And thanks again, Jam, for the race. And we'll see you guys soon.
Yep, I second the notion. Thank you all so much, and thanks for the accommodations and the awesome race. We'll see you later.
Two outstanding long-time members of the community, jkoper, JamEvil. Give them a follow. Just Andy?
Yes, this was a great way to spend a Saturday evening, watching awesome racers and with a fun booth. Thanks again so much to Crump for our tracking. And yeah, Rick, it was a pleasure.
Absolutely. Another race coming up in a half an hour. BBQ versus Hi-Yo. Stick around. That'll be soon. And for the rest of the crew, I'll let Just Andy say things to close things out. I'm Adirondack Rick. Thank you for joining us.
Yep. Once again, we're always looking for volunteers. If you want to come in and have some fun in the booth, reminisce if you were. Stop by the Discord. We can get you hooked up with that. And for now, we'll see you in half an hour over on SpeedGaming 3. See you for now. Bye.